If you follow me on Instagram, you would know that I'm an active member of the PBSMs. No, not that PBSM. This one. I would stay at my campus from Monday till Thursday, then head back to KL by Friday evening. And I'm not even exaggerating when I say I do that every single week. I still remember my first time going to TBS. It felt like being in an airport for buses. It was magnificent. There were so many people, so many buses going practically everywhere in Malaysia. And I really enjoyed my time travelling back and forth every weekend. I even created 2 playlists, one sad one to listen on the way back to Lendu, and one happier one for my journey to KL. It just makes me feel like I'm in a music video or something. My trip back would be like this. I'll take the Grab from Lendu to Tampin, take the KTM from Tampin to KL Central, and then transfer to the Kelana Jaya line by LRT. And when I go back to Lendu, it's basically going to KL Central by LRT, take the KLIA Express one stop to TBS, and then take a bus straight to Lendu. And it's been really fun experimenting and riding all these modes of public transportation. And the other day, I sat down and had a conversation with Aiman, who's a big fan of public transportation, and we discussed our mutual fondness and amazement with it.
It's undeniable that the public transportation system has played an immense role in the life of an urbanite such as myself. But as a kid, right, I really hated the process of asking my siblings to send me wherever I wanted to go, because they'll be forced to, and I don't want to be a pain in the butt to them. So I ended up just using Grab. And as a child, like being in a Grab alone, it's very scary. I swear to God, it's scary. But now I'm like bros with the drivers. So who ended up being my Prince Charming to the rescue? The LRT system, of course. And as a child, the first time I gazed my eyes upon the LRT train, I was starstruck. I fell in love instantly with the system. And I don't know, it just seemed like a match made in heaven. So after that, I've devoted a lot of time to study on how our public transportation has evolved. And therefore, I have uncovered a treasure trove of information on how it's going to evolve and what its impacts are on our community. So, society has a tendency of believing that driving is much more convenient and comfortable, which is why the usage of PT is relatively low and has not even reached 40% of user penetration, which was a goal set by the government decades ago. But please let me tell you on why PT rocks. Firstly, it reduces carbon emissions and it reduces traffic congestion. In fact, a single coach can hold a capacity of 350 people. In theory, if they were all single drivers, right, we will already be wiping out 350 cars away from the road. It's also worth noting that mega projects, such as the construction of more rail lines, are important economic catalysts to the production of thousands of jobs directly and indirectly. To the engineers who propels the tunnel boring machines, to the cleaners who cleans the stations on a daily basis, and to the crane operators who works at the construction sites. And for the average Malaysian, using PT is much more cheaper, which is good because nobody wants to spend more just to get to the location where they want to spend more money, right?
And it's true, there's just so many benefits we get from riding public transportation. So I thought I would want to share with you my top do's and don'ts when riding any public transport. Number 1, do pack light. I made a big mistake bringing my whole luggage bag to and fro every single weekend. Really, all you need is a backpack and just the essential stuff. Next, do refill your touch and go. You got to have a minimum of 5 ringgit for the LRT line and I think 20 ringgit for the KLIA Express. Or just make sure you have 10 ringgit loaded in and it's enough to get you places. Number 3, do give way to the elderly, disabled and pregnant women. My biggest pet peeve is seeing a young, able-bodied person being inconsiderate to others who need it more. And number 4, do let your family members know where you are from time to time, just in case for emergencies, you know. Number 5, do check the timing of your buses on Redbus or EasyBook. Those are my top apps I use, but don't buy your ticket online. I prefer to buy it at the counter unless you know you will be at the terminal early. I've lost count of times I've missed my bus and had to burn the ticket and buy a new one. And lastly, don't use the girls' coach if you're a guy. That's just so not cool. From the past few months, I saw so many positive changes in myself. Choosing to use public transportation has made me more independent and I handle stressful situations better. When I missed my bus for the very first time, I just kept calm, took the next bus to TBS and worked my way back home. The old me would freak out and probably be crying. Tinggal bus? And now I spend my money wiser and even plan my expenditures so I don't overspend. Plus, just the whole journey is very enjoyable. Sitting in the LRT and admiring the beautiful Kuala Lumpur landscape, this place just gets more beautiful every time I come back. So tell me your past experience riding the public transport. When was your first time on the LRT and do you have any interesting stories? Leave them in the comment section below and I'll see you in my next video.